We all know that Final Fantasy VII is going to have some changes when it's being released on the PS4 and of course the Xbox One. Now what those changes actually are going to be, well, they've kind of been left to our imagination. Square have been pretty vocal that the combat is not going to be the same. Tetsuya Nomura went on record to say that the battles will not feature people just standing in a line, taking their turn and then jumping back into place, but we just didn't know what was actually going to happen. Now, we still don't know the ins and outs of how exactly the combat is going to work, but a recent update on the topic of the combat has come thanks to an official interview on official PlayStation Magazine UK, and gives a little bit of reassurance. And this has come from Tetsuya Nomura, of course, who said, quote, "We are bringing dramatic changes to the Final Fantasy VII Remake. That being said, we want to clarify, we're not going to be changing it into a shooter or something like that. We are going to be bringing dramatic changes, but we want to make sure it's still recognisable." Now obviously that doesn't really help us all that much, unfortunately. No one was suggesting that they were going to change the genre or anything, so it's a little bit ridiculous for Nomura to say that, to be completely honest with you, and does kind of make the worries look more ridiculous than they are, when to be honest the worries I think are completely understandable. Final Fantasy VII is a classic that has a firm place in a lot of our childhoods. And of course when Square have been saying, hey look, we're going to change key elements like the combat, naturally people are going to be worried. But I think they aren't silly. They know that Final Fantasy VII is going to be heavily criticised when it comes out, and I think this is why they've kind of shied away from remaking it until now, because they knew all the fans would literally be going over it with a fine-tooth comb. So I don't think they're going to add like the dreaded Final Fantasy XIII battle system. I don't see them doing that. I also don't see them doing like a Kingdom Hearts style. Maybe they'll do Final Fantasy 15 style. Maybe they'll do it Final Fantasy 12 style, but not terrible. We just don't know. All we do know is it's not going to be as it is, but it's still going to be quote-unquote recognisable. What that actually means, unfortunately, we don't know. Maybe we'll see some actual gameplay at Gamescom. That would be absolutely lovely, but I wouldn't hold my breath, unfortunately. Still, a little bit of an update, and I guess it was Square's attempt to reassure us, but to be honest, it kind of just makes me all the more concerned. Do let me know your thoughts though, guys. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.